Hey, welcome to the Good Fight Collective podcast. So glad you're with us for this episode. In this episode, we're going to talk about what we're thinking. And George, my friend here, we lead a ministry called the Good Fight Collective. And the Good Fight Collective knows that many of us operate alone, but we're better together. And today's conversation is part of that because for years, we have taken time over a meal or a cup of coffee and literally for decades now. And just a part of our conversation, what you thinking? And what you thinking is, what are you learning? What are you being challenged with? And it's always been a thing for me as I know, just as I look back, God's used these moments to challenge me a lot. So today's episode is another what you thinking. So George, what you thinking?
Well, I don't know if I'm going to start out there because I know you've been dealing with some different things going on, and I'm gonna jump back at you. And I hope a big piece here is that you have somebody. We'll just say that right off the top that you can
100%.
sit around and have a cup of coffee, or you can call and say, "Hey, man, I need to talk." That's a big emphasis that we want to do at the Good Fight Collective
Yeah.
is encourage you to have that. And if you don't have that, reach out to us and we'll help you figure out how to make that happen because it just is a life changer to have someone to walk alongside you, just to hear you, to listen to you, to care about you, to pray for you. So, Jason, you've been dealing with some different things that's going on. So, why don't you tell folks a little bit of that and how you're handling that within what you're
Yeah.
thinking?
Crazy stuff, man. It literally over uh I'm trying to think dates now in my head how long it's been. It's been well over a month. Uh had a headache and the headache got worse and it got worse. And medically now you could call it a migraine. And got to the point where I couldn't sleep because the back of my eye was like pounding. And finally went to urgent care, which you know me, I'm not a go to the doctor a whole lot kind of guy. That's not been my. I don't hate doctors. It's just not been my. But for me to go to urgent care, when the lady was taking my information and asking for my medical history, she's like, "Oh, this is your this is serious." I'm like, "Yeah, I don't." They ran a bunch of tests.
Yeah. So, what happened?
They did EKG. They did blood work, and they were like, "Hey, everything's good. You need to go to the doctor." I'm like, "Okay." She's like, "We don't know what's going on, but something's going on. You need to go to the doctor." Talked to you that afternoon and was like, "Hey, here's what happened
How
today."
quick can we get you to a doctor? What can I do to help? Yeah.
Complications of all that, got that figured out. Later that week, went to the doctor, did a full exam. They were like, "Hey, we don't see anything crazy. Like everything, you seem okay. You need to have an MRI because something's going on in your head."
Yeah, and
And
you called me back, which I appreciate, and
yeah,
I didn't load you down with questions. I was just like, okay, when's the MRI?
yeah.
Let's keep moving this ball down the road. Let's figure something out, buddy.
So we got that scheduled. I had the MRI, which your first comment was. Do you remember?
Did you have a brain?
Yes,
Did they
yes.
find a
They
brain?
did, which
Okay,
was
yeah,
exciting.
maybe I did get a little bit off
Yeah,
there. Yeah,
that
I
was
did
good.
ask, did they find a brain when
Yeah,
the
they
MRI?
did. That was
Okay.
exciting. So that was cool. We were actually at a meeting. We were at a meal together when we got the call, and they used all these big medical words I don't understand. And somehow, wisely, I managed to go, "Can you email that to me? Because I don't know what those words mean." But essentially, there's spots on my brain that have like white spots,
Mm.
which cause migraines. And so now I'm waiting to go to the neurologist in a couple of weeks
Right.
because that's the next step is to have them examine the MRI and talk through it. But for me, what I'm thinking and what I've been talking about with you and talked about with the guys in my group last week was, man, when you're sitting in that MRI tube
Mm.
and they're looking at your brain, it's hard not, and I'm an overthinker. So it's hard not to think.
And you look on the internet for every possible thing
So
that could be
dangerous.
wrong.
So dangerous. It was just, it'll scare the,
Yes.
um, and so honestly, I remember telling you, like, I'd done enough research that when they said you have white spots, I'm like, that's actually, we can figure that out. Like, there's no,
Yeah.
they didn't call and go, you need to get to the hospital right now.
Right.
Um,
Yeah, because you're still a little ways out from the neurology, and you're taking some of the medications that they have. You're trying to manage this. I'll say, I know I am, and I know you are, and a lot of people. We're praying that God will just miraculously, when you finally get a neurologist, it'll be gone,
yeah.
and it'll heal, because that's God asked us to come and do that. So, but anyway,
It's been crazy. The thing that I've been thinking about is trust.
hmm,
Is uh, it's just for whatever reason in this season, where it's been a daily thing right now of navigating pain and having to regulate how often I take pills and what pills I take. And it's a new thing for me. It's not something I've had to navigate a whole lot. And
The pill taking stuff, not trust. Because
correct.
I've walked with you for years, and man, you've trusted God,
Yes.
and He's always showed up.
A hundred percent.
Not necessarily how you thought, but right on time and right what you needed.
So it's just made me think a little bit more about like, man, it's the way that God's wired me, and this is where you and I probably diverge a little bit. It's easier for me to trust God for things for you
Hmm.
than it is for me to sit back and peel back the layers with God and be like, I really need to trust you for me on this. And really like it's easy to trust God, like, hey, I want to go to heaven. I'm gonna trust you with that. But like, hey God, I need to trust that what's going on here and what's going to work out here. And honestly, I don't know the answers, and it's still a thing. I mean, it's still like in my head. I can feel it right now. There's still something pounding in my head.
Mm.
But the Lord has really just been challenging me about like, hey, His eyes on the sparrow. He's fully aware. He's fully present. He's not shocked by this. This isn't. Now we live in a broken world that has sin and it has disease, and that's part of living in a broken world. But just asking me to dig in more about just is this an opportunity for me to dig in more with trust, and it's been a journey, as you know,
Yeah,
and we've talked a lot
absolutely.
about it, and there's been good days and there's been bad days, and
Yeah. So what do you do when you're laying there at night and you're trying to go to sleep and the head's pounding? How does trust play itself and come in to effect there? And obviously there is some medication because that's part of it.
yeah,
But how does the trust come in during that point in time? How does that manifest itself?
for me it's been um, partially just the conversations I'm having with God.
Okay.
I do now take like these nightly headache pills about an hour before I try to go to bed, just so hopefully it's not as much of a thing, but it's still a thing sometimes where I lay down and I can just feel my head pounding. And um, sometimes it's music. This is weird. A lot of people, when they have migraines, like noises and light bothers them. It's just been
Okay.
headache for me. Um,
So you're actually taking the opportunity to lean into God
Trying to,
instead of pushing back and asking just why. We ask why sometimes, but not without
sure.
trusting.
Yeah.
So you're leaning in deeper,
Trying to.
trying to. Okay, no, that's good honest right there. Yeah.
There's those times where you have the cold washcloth
Yeah.
on your face and you're
Yeah.
like,
Really?
"Hey, God,
Really
it'd
why?
be great if this thing would disappear.
Yeah.
It'd be really fun."
Yeah. And I'm thankful that God's given men and women the ability to create medicines
Hmm.
that help us. Because some people push back going, oh, you shouldn't be taking all kind of no, I think God's given us the wisdom to be able to do that.
Yeah,
So a lot of times I'm glad there is some medication that does help.
yeah. It's definitely. I mean, we're still in the middle of it,
Okay.
but that's what I'm thinking. It's been a journey of trust
That's
and
heavy.
kind of learning how to navigate this season in a way that I hope. You've always pushed this on me, and this is something the Lord has been generous enough to challenge me with. When I'm in something, there's a reason for it, and part of it is you might not know the reason now, but you'll look at how you handled it, and that'll potentially help you be able to process it in a way.
Right.
Like if I handle this well, am I navigating this well? And that's just the thing I'm trying to do right now.
Yeah, and I'm loving watching you have to trust even more for a medical because we're guys. We don't like to do medical
Yeah,
stuff. We don't like any of that type things going on with us. But instead of pushing away, leaning in
yeah.
and trying to trust daily. That's awesome, man.
Well, what about you, man? What's been going on? What you thinking right now?
Well, it seems like every time as you ask me what I'm thinking, I just gotten back from Montana
Uh,
again. But this one was a little bit different. This one I went out and actually I knew my buddy had some work that needed to be done around his ranch, and so I said, "Dude, I'm in. I'm in." And I got out there. I'm out in the backside of nowhere, all by myself, cutting down a old barbed wire fence in the middle of the brush. So, and his words to me: make sure you make a lot of noise before you go in the brush so you don't startle anything that could kill you. I was like,
Okay.
okay, okay, yeah, okay. So I'm out there and I'm just singing and I'm playing music and I'm just when I could get a signal because I was out and some, but I'm out there and I'm just working and I'm cutting old barbed wire fence down and I'm rolling it up and I'm hauling it off to the dump and I'm getting ourselves. We needed some of the barbed wire fence posts because we were going to put up a new fence down by the river, which is another whole story. And but I'm just out there in the middle of nowhere and I'm just working and I'm sweating and I'm sitting there going, I don't mind. I'm 62 years old and I'm out here in Montana all by myself in the middle of nowhere on the backside of this ranch cutting down old barbed wire.
Mm.
What am I doing? And I said, you know what? I told him I would come
And you
help.
chose to do this.
I chose to do that. I came to help, and that's what I wanted to do because he's trying to get this ranch and save a dollar here or there. And I was like, hey, I'm in. I'm for you, buddy. I'm for you. Let's do it. Well, about several hours into it, and I'm just sweating and all this. He shows up in the gator with his wife with him, and she yells down, "Are you having fun?" And I looked up and I was like, "No, I'm not having fun. Anybody says this is fun, it's crazy." I says, and she got a look on her face like, "Oh no." Because she's got a big heart and she hosts and she wanted me to have a good time out there with them. I said, but I'm doing exactly what I want to do.
Mm.
So I was doing, and because he needed a fence post, and
Yeah.
later, so three or so days go by, and I'd gotten a bunch of fence posts, and I'm hauling this 50-pound jack because I had to jack some of them out, and I'm in the brush, and I'm being loud, and yes, I had something strapped to my chest in case anything popped up that needed to be taken care of, and so it's just and then I got to the end of the week, and we're out riding horses out on that back 40, just looking around
Mm.
Montana, and I'm going, why did I do that?
Mm.
Well, I did it to help my friend, some on his
Yeah.
ranch, but you know what it was? I think I just wanted to prove to myself I still could. I,
Okay.
for 25, 30 years ago, we went to Montana for the first time, went there in the winter and skied, went there in the summer and rode horses and whitewater rafted, all kind of stuff. And I've been trying to get back to Montana forever. And I'm like, okay, now 25 years later, I'm out there doing some stuff just on a ranch. And it just dawned on me. I was like, there's no real reason for me to do this. Didn't get paid, didn't get anything from it except the satisfaction of helping a friend.
Mm.
But really, I had to admit, I just wanted to prove that I could still do it. I still had what was in me to get out there and work and sweat and play cowboy, as my wife says. Oh, he's out playing cowboy. But it was, and I think about that sometimes. Sometimes I don't know. I just have to let that sit there. I think for a second. Just we do some things sometimes just to prove ourselves
Do
as
I still
men.
have what it takes?
Do
Yeah.
I still have what it takes? That's so good. Can I manage this? Can I do it? My daughter's going back out with me to Montana here, and I can't wait to see it through her eyes.
Mm.
But now I can see it and go, oh yeah, I've done that. I've on a small scale. I've done what some of those folks do day in and day out because it's a different world out there.
Mm.
But it's great, and I just for 25 years have wondered, do I have what it takes to be out in Montana to do some of the ranching? And I'm not saying I do after a few days, but I've got a taste of it, and I didn't quit. And I don't know, maybe there's some guys have a dream or something going on or something they've always wanted to do, and
Yeah.
when God gives you those opportunities and presents them to go and you can help somebody along the way, and, man, my wife loves it because I come back home and she goes, "Oh, I love when you go to Montana because you come back home and you're full of life and energy." And I don't know what that is. It's just the day in and day out rigors sometimes.
Mm.
It just lets me get out there and prove that, yeah, I still got what it takes. God, my answer's still yes. What's the question? I want to be ready for whatever he
Mm.
calls me to do.
That's cool. And I see, I'm hearing you talk about that, and it makes me think about in my life, what do I do in the context of do I have what it takes? Like, what are the things in my life that I do? That's cool. It's a cool challenge,
Yeah.
for sure. It's funny just to think about those things that we do, um, like the things that like you're doing it partially passion, partially there's a thing inside of you that says, "Hey, man, I just need to go do this." Like I just and I wonder how many times we miss those moments because of comfort or like the desire just to be whatever that is. Like
Yeah.
that's a cool challenge. Like sometimes it's to hear that and go, let's go.
Yeah. And it's taken 25 years for me to get to this point because I wanted to do it 25 years ago.
Yeah.
But praise God, I have a wonderful wife. I got a couple of great kids and had a career. And now I'm kind of on that backside a little bit, still working, still doing a lot of different things, but I've got a little bit more time. And I go, okay, I can't be bitter that I didn't get out there for 25 years. I'm out there now. Let's go.
Cool.
Let's do it. So for me, it's like just trying to stay physically, mentally sharp. So
Yeah.
when God calls me, spiritually prepared to go do whatever He calls.
Love it.
And right now, I'm thankful it's a little time in Montana
Yeah,
because it
gosh.
is
Especially summer in the South,
spectacular.
man.
Yeah.
Well, hey, this is it's a cool challenge, man. I appreciate you sharing all that. And I think as we wrap up today, the challenge for us when we do these episodes is, I mean, we always have something we're thinking, we always have something to talk about, but also we want you, as someone watching our podcast, to be challenged with like, who is that in your life? Are you taking time to go sit with someone and just ask the question, what's going on? And just to listen. And
And to follow up with
yeah,
listening to understand and not just to respond and get to your story, but ask questions, dig deeper, build that relationship. So when things are really tough, you've got somebody that you've already
100%.
built the relation. Too late to build a relationship once you're in it. It's time to build it beforehand and showing that interest, knowing the life, and loving on that person by listening.
So good. And it's cool. It's so funny now. You and I are at this place. Like last week, we were meeting through some more of the business parts of our
Yeah.
ministry, and I started talking about something. You're like, hey, no, later. We need to talk about. We're working on our list. Like we can chit chat later.
Yeah, I make you
Because
make a list now.
yeah,
I said,
that's
Jason,
good.
you can make the list of what you want to talk about, but we're going to go step by step. We're
Yeah,
not going to jump around
which
all
is
over the
great, and I
place.
need
And
that.
because,
You know that,
yeah.
but it's just cool because I mean, you and I could sit down and we
Oh,
could just chit chat and
hours
catch up. Yeah, and we do that. But
and
there's
chase
a time
rabbit
and
trails all
time
over
and
the place.
place.
And there's a time and place for that.
So that's our challenge for you as a viewer is we hope you have that in your life. And if you do, please take advantage of it and make sure to thank them for being that part in your life. And if you don't, like George mentioned, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. We'd love to help you think about how to create that in your life. So thanks for watching the episode today. We're super glad you've been with us. Anything to close with that, George?
No, just appreciate you. Appreciate the friendship over the years. Appreciate that we are at the point where we love each other enough. We can just go straight to it sometimes, and then sometimes we got to know when to hang back and just listen and listen and listen. But until the next time, fight on.